So a few of you saw my community post basically about my pistol reaching 32 million damage. And a lot of you guys actually guessed, pretty good. But the biggest things were, a lot of people kept guessing that I was using Perfect Headhunter. I'm not using Perfect Headhunter. I'm just using regular Headhunter. And there's no real specific reason for this other than the fact that I don't have a good Perfect Headhunter chest piece. If you look at the actual difference between the two, there really isn't much benefit. Once you get to max damage, there really is no benefit of Perfect Headhunter. It's still the same cap, so it doesn't really have that much advantage over just regular Headhunter. So if you're not trying to use that brand set, then there's really no reason to use that. Other things that I was using, obviously I was using the Dodge City holster. I was using the Punch Drunk mask. The other things I was using was Vigilance, the Fox's Prayer knee pads, and just a Cheska Varoba pair of gloves. I'm sure I could have tweaked it even more if I would have, maybe used some other pieces. I mean, there's definitely some rolls that I could have gotten even higher. But really, it's not that difficult of a build. It's not really that inventive. And honestly, even though I'm hitting 32 million, it's not that useful. I tried it in actual mission, and it's terrible. Headhunter on a pistol, it's okay. Now, if you really love the pistol or you really love, difficult challenges or, just trying to get headshots all the time, every time, hey, it might be something interesting to you. You can take a look at, I didn't actually get footage of the build per se because this was just mostly testing. This is kind of the stuff that I do behind the scenes, when I'm not actually making a video specifically on something. So basically I just found it, thought I would share it with you guys, and that's pretty much it. Now, the only real trick that I used to actually get that damage was I basically just, shot a bunch at the targets to get my Headhunter active. Then I switched away from my pistol to allow the gunslinger to come back. And then once I switched back over, I did get, a nice shot of, I think, 20-something million damage with my first shot. And then the second shot that I did, I think I hit like the 32 million. If you can get a sniper rifle build that hits for 60 million damage repeatedly with Headhunter alone, there's no point in a build like this. This is just a goof build. That's pretty much it. That was just something just for testing. But the other topic that we want to talk about, the raid is coming tomorrow, right? The 30th. So I don't know how many of you guys are actually dedicated to the raid, how many of you are interested. I know, in the community, it's not the biggest thing. A lot of people don't like the raid. A lot of people don't play in the groups. A lot of people don't have a dedicated group. They don't, they just don't participate in the raid as much as, they'd probably like. But if you are planning on doing it, and if you are actually interested in doing it, the one thing I'd like to, take a look at is if you've watched the raid trailer that they released a few weeks ago, we can see, obviously, we already knew it's True Sons. And what are the main things that we know about True Sons? We know their heavies have grenade launchers, and we've seen in the trailer that they have a heavy with a flamethrower. But we've also seen that they have a train with a large Big Bertha artillery cannon on it. Plus, we've also had some experience with the True Sons using the EMP jammers. Now, if we consider what the possibilities are, it's definitely looking like, obviously fire resistance might be beneficial for you. Explosive resistance looks like it's going to be highly beneficial to you. And, you might want to have some sort of EMP resistance. So I would highly recommend you go in with some of these resistances in mind. At least have one or two builds with hazard protection or explosive resistance just in case. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to share with you on this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.